Thank you for stopping in. This was a great question that Karen A sent in that we wanted to look into. The question is, are there any scenarios that we see out there that are working, for instance, Trump patriots versus Biden Democrats, or the deep state cabal, all of those things? Is anything working? So this is the transmission I received. All is being torn down. There is no thing that can be relied on. This is intentional to show humanity that they have been bamboozled for many generations. This bamboozle has created an elite class amongst all nations. Especially notable is the United States, as they pretend to run a country for the people, by the people. This has made those certain elite families near and far wealthy, while they consider all the peoples of every nation as peasants. Peasants must follow the rules and regulations of the elite. Therefore, all systems must be allowed to crumble into itself. Therefore, all established sectors must be allowed to crumble into itself. The deep state cabal is the establishment. They are too crumbling because their henchmen have been removed, leaving the organization without their peasants. The workers, the elite, the workers. The elite do not want to work. This is below them. Without the henchmen, without the henchmen, they are planning, but they have no one to carry out their dirty work. You must trust. All of you considered to be peasants, that as the systems and establishments are allowed to fall down into itself, you will emerge the victor. The things you thought that you believed to be lost are in truth being held safely for you. So when the dust settles, you will have your comforts and securities to create your new living conditions. The cabal, elite, evildoers, they're combining all those names, will face the persecution they deserve and will not be allowed to function upon the earth realm any longer. Do not count on any establishment and do not attempt to use your good energy to save any established systems that are currently in place. They are all corrupt. None are worthy of your help or attention. Allow it to fall. You will survive to create an existence that is deserved and due for humanity in joyful and harmonious pursuits. That is really fantastic. As a matter of fact, something came across my thoughts just now. I'm getting ready to investigate what happens, once that I kind of said, Trump comes in here. Once, all the bombardment, all the negative stuff keeps happening until he steps in, then there'll be a period of months before we actually see the effects of the stopping all this nonsense going on. But my guides have been telling me for a long time, probably a year, that once we get to a certain point, we're learning up to a certain point, but then something happens. So we'll learn our lessons. We'll know what we're supposed to know psychically, or instinctively. We'll know what we're supposed to know. But then we get into the new energy, and we're not going to be suffering like we think we're going to be suffering. I think we're going to go through it, but once we come out of it, we're not going to be suffering and struggling to get all of our lives back together, the way we like them to be, or especially then we'll be able to create what we do want life to be like. Anyway, I'm investigating that. It just came to my mind. So I thought I'd say something. If you would like to ask a question that we can explore publicly, if you would like a copy of today's transmission, or if you would like a personal session, please contact the unlikely channeler at gmail.com. We'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for stopping in, and stay tuned because there's a lot more to come. I mean, they really do want you. There's a lot that they want you to know. So thank you for joining me, and stay tuned.